Okay, so it's part three. Yeah, no, if I was able to do that shot creating slashing spot in the WNBA, even though I'm 5'11", bruh, man, I already see most of them women play. Like, yo, there's a good number of them that are definitely all stars that deserve that and are getting paid that $107,000 or $130,000 contract. But I will say, more than likely, man, wouldn't nobody be able to stop me on no fast breaks. Ain't nobody especially gonna contest me on a dunk. Because let's all be realistic. There's like such a small number of, you know how you say flashy dunkers? Dunkers in general in the WNBA are rare. Shout outs to Brittany Griner. I went to that game when she came back. That was an expensive game, but I splurged on that because I knew, that was her first game back from being in them cells up in Europe. She was in them cages. I definitely had to splurge on that game. Me and my pops got to go. I was happy that my pops finally got to see one because he ain't too big into the women's basketball. But yeah, I spent the bread. I got us both some good seats. It was some great seats, honestly. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to pull up to the first game of this season. But I was at the one of last season. BG, yo, Brittany Griner could play in the men's NBA. That's like one of the only. That's one of the only people that I compare and say that because of her contract, I believe that she can get a two-division contract, two-way contract in a sense that I believe that is what they would call it. And I feel like that's another good way to change what they have going on in the women's basketball, is to create the women's and men's, I guess, in a sense, two-way, two-division contracts for, I guess, somebody like BG, who might not be physically as strong as most men, but she could play a sharpshooting role for basically, I guess, the Suns. Be able to get in games, not a bunch of games. Like, she'd be like a Kawhi Leonard in the sense of she'd get load management, and she would probably not play, a bunch, but she'd get a good amount of minutes. Thus, even though she only gets $220 million, which equivalates to, if you divide that by 20, about 18,000 or 23,000 per game, playing for the women's league. She would then be able to multiply that by 8 or 9, and be able to earn almost half of her yearly salary per game in the NBA, which I think that'd be a great concept. That'd be just a great concept but only for the women that are that good. Like, if you're a 5-star female athlete in the women's division and it can transfer to the men's area and make you a 3.5 or 4-star almost player, then I think that those women should be given a chance. But I'm not saying like, oh man, not Russell Westbrook or Russell Westbrook's wife, but it was a chick. Her name was Ivana Westbrook, I believe. She's played for the Phoenix Mercury. She fucked around and got dropped, I think, or they just traded her. Such a shame. She was hot. But nah, I definitely seen her at the game, man. God damn, she was fine. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, nah, she was fine. Yeah, women like her though, that that they're like 4-star in the women's league or 3.5-star in the women's league, but then if they transfer to a men's league, they would just be 1-star or 1.5-star players. Like, oh, obviously, I don't gotta give them no chance. That's actually being sexist. That's actually giving somebody something because they're different. That is the definition of discrimination. No, I believe that definitely the players like BG or not Angel Reese though, but Camila Cardozo that are 5-star or 4.5-star and up women's players could definitely go and play in the NBA, where in a sense they wouldn't be no 4-star player as they were in the women's area, but they'd be 2.5 and 3.5 and up star players, and that would be nice. Because guess what? As much as they complain about the wages, Your wage, whichever you would make yearly, you would damn near get to yearly, multiply that by 5 or 8 times almost. So then that would definitely, not only, you're actually playing a real season instead of, just the summer circuit in a sense, because women do play at the same time almost as the, oh, got a little smudge on my screen, but fucking I'll just let it rock. Yeah, at the same time as the summer league, that's why they also do complain about viewership, and they say that, oh man, women should play in the winter. Hell no, women should not play in the winter, because most important is that the men's is not only in the winter, but football is in the winter. I fuck with basketball, but I am a football fan. I love me some football. Football is the most toughest time of the year for anybody who struggles financially or who isn't just a big time 6-figure earner to go watch their favorite sport. If y'all women played in the winter, I swear, yo, on the dead homies, y'all would be so fucked up with how much less viewership y'all would get. Y'all would be fucking astounded. It's already, in a sense that, that season opener for the football, and LeBron said it, that's why I'm saying it. I don't know if it's a fact, but it happened once, it might happen again this year, that women play at that same time as the season opener for football is around the same time as the women's playoffs. You get what I'm saying, for the WNBA. And that is kind of funny. That is kind of fucked up. But you got to think about it like this. Dominicans, I ain't Dominican. Shout outs to all my Dominican niggas. Up in the BX and in Harlem. But nah, like the Dominicans, they love their baseball. Dominicans, Hispanic people love their baseball. But, like, hey, it's best that y'all don't try to compete with baseball, And way more important than not competing with baseball, do not ever try to compete with American football. Because football, for some men, I swear, it is the only time of year we get to really feel like ourselves. I swear, when I see them Arizona Cardinals busting ass, I swear you cannot take me away from the TV. I've walked out of fucking Phoenix Suns games. I've paid a lot of money. If I had to say how much money I done spent on them Phoenix Suns games in the past, man, I'm definitely in deep. I am in deep. Because that is one of the more expensive tickets in the league. I think New York's teams in general, all of them, whether it was football, basketball, or baseball, is way cheaper than going to some of these rivalry Phoenix games. And I'm talking about like them real serious joints I was at when Ball was with Magic playing against the Suns. That was fucking crazy. Milwaukee doing regular season run backs with the Suns, that was pretty litty, So yeah, I've definitely will say, I've dropped a lot of bread as far as having to spend a good portion of money on watching men's basketball. I've definitely done my part in supporting the men. Draymond Green, if you are seeing this, you are dead ass right. Some of the biggest supporters of women's basketball aren't just the fans of men's basketball, but the NBA players themselves. Shoot, Ja Morant, I don't know if he'd be at all the game, but I'm seeing him at a couple of them WNBA games. And I will say, I might get some good seats, but I ain't sitting on the court side. Shit, if I'm sitting courtside, then shit, I had to come out. You know what I'm saying? I had to come out of the pocket for that one. That should be hurting your pocket so much, nigga. Damn. And just thinking about it, man, it's like, you spend that bread, and especially for the thought that, women are saying that, oh man, these jerseys, we don't get revenue shared amongst the jersey sales. Hey, shoot. Most important, I'm looking at the numbers in this year as well as last year slightly. Y'all got to profit a slight bit. And sadly, you did have to give most of it to the men. But some of it went back into y'all pockets. But most important, y'all have another year. And especially in 2 years from now, y'all actually will be multiplying revenue, which is what's important to create a larger league and to expand the league. They've already said in 2028 they'll have an extra 4 more teams, which is amazing. The extra 4 teams are what's going to actually enable y'all to have a more than 34 to 40 game season, which would actually put you in the round of breaking off 3, if not 5.5 or 6 almost times the amount of money that you have invested. And I believe that Phoenix is was estimated last year, or in the 2K they say, to make about just about above 7.9, about 8+ million. So they broke off good that year. I believe that this year they will also break off better than they were last year. So even though they did have a bad season, I was at that season opener. I will say I definitely did walk out that motherfucker because niggas was bombing so bad. Oh my gosh. BG, you did your thing. Brittany Griner, yo, you fucking around and had almost triple-double before the third quarter was over. So, kudos to you, man. No, miss. You was killing them. You was on your shit. And you just came out of jail. Don't be looking at shit like, oh man, we took a L. Nigga, you just got out the cages. Smile. Even if you took a L, shit, you got out of jail, nigga. Shit, man. And I know for some people, jail is nothing. For me, I'm probably one of those people as well. I done been arrested and, whatever, even though I'm not habitually in law trouble. When I was arrested for the first time, when I was a youngin', and I believe I was going to, not Frederick Douglass Academy, but Thurgood Marshall Academy on 50th Street. No, not 50th Street. I believe it's 64th or 63rd, right there, right down the block from Beacon. I was arrested on some shit. They closed it, so I'm not gonna go into details, but I had the poke on me when I walked in through the metal detector. I already knew one of the security officers had not given me the chance to run, but to give me a chance to run back what was in the bag. You get what I'm saying? I could have easily left there and bucked it on feet. I could have gone. I could have just dumped it. But I would rather have me get, put in, trouble for having that pokey on me that day than to not show up for school. Because quite honestly, that was what happened. I'd seen it the first time it went through the metal detector. And I had a perfect opportunity to run, but I didn't. Because out of respect for those staff members, that security and those people, they have a job. We all have a job. Everybody wants to be a superstar in the sense of nobody wants to get caught looking lacking or looking crazy, But I could have definitely booked it. Shout outs to Lil Durk. I think he got caught with a glizzy in school, and he fucked around and ran out before niggas caught him. That's hilarious to me. But nah, I ain't one of those people, man. Quite honestly, man, if I get caught doing something most times, I'm gonna just tell you, like, honestly, I do want to be a lawyer, so, I will say that there's a lot of times in life that, you could just run away from something. But, man, I take it on the chin, quite honestly. And most important, I still passed that year in school. Why? Because, I've been on all my school shit on time. I've always been about my schooling, my bad. I got a fucking beard hair in my mouth. Yeah, but most important. I got caught up with that, man. And that was, that's just me sharing something personal, is that, I got caught with that. And the police came down to the school. They said, you're not supposed to have that. That is a real serious weapon. And, it was very large. It wasn't a small one, like a baby one. Nah, this was, I don't know if y'all know how big I am. I'm 5'11" and 4 pennies. Almost 5'11" and a half. So at the time, I was probably 5'9". Also, not only was I 5'9", I was 5'9" in the gym every day. So I might have been 5'9" and 180 pounds, but it might have looked like I was almost approaching 200. So a lot of people would definitely look at me like, damn, that little kid, like he definitely looks like, oh man, like he's, like he's with the shit. So which, I ain't trying to be gangster, man. I ain't never tried to be tough in my whole entire life because that's not even me as a character. I'm like, But nah, I definitely got booked for that. I got booked. I didn't think anything of it. As soon as I was getting arrested, I thought, oh shit, yeah, I'm probably gonna end up spending 3 to 4 months inside of juvie, and I wasn't tripping on that because you get caught in school, you do something bad, you go to juvie. I wasn't scared of anything, but most important is that I was hurt emotionally, and I had very much so feared once they had put me not in the car, but when I got in the car and I got to the precinct to get locked up, I'd seen my grandmother. She'd rushed over before I could even get to the spot. So funny, yo, it turned my stomach just now, just thinking about this. That my grandmother was cold and that she was so concerned for me. Like quite literally, she was shouting like, "Are you okay? Are you fine?" I just had to scream and tell her, "No, don't worry, Grandma, I'm fine." And quite literally, it broke my heart. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry or sad or none of that about what had happened. But what was most important was how my grandmother felt. And I don't know how all men feel about it, but when I see a woman, especially a woman, become out of character or become emotional, that's way more emotional for me than actually for me to go through something, you know? So for me, that was one of them situations that I say that without a doubt, that I'm just, I was fucked up. I was fucked up. I was choked up in there. I was already built up, mentally and physically, especially, I was in the gym every day growing up. But yeah, nah, man, as soon as they took me back there and they told me to take my shoes off and I sat down in that cell, I was solo dolo. Cause if you've ever been into the 80th streets and, those streets over by mid Manhattan, like the Upper West Side, there's rarely ever anybody in there because there's not a lot of crime happening in that area. It's fucking New York City, especially in the summertime, on Upper West Side, man, your Upper West Side, don't nothing negative ever happen over there. That's why I always loved living over there. And especially for the fact that I was from Harlem, but I had to go on a big time commute, or long ass commute to get to school, even when all the systems were down. Walking to school was nothing for me. Even though I might have to walk a few hours, or so, it didn't mean nothing. Because most important, I got to leave my area and I got to be a part of something that was really positive, So, but yeah, nah, that really hurt me though, was seeing my grandmother hurt. I'm just, just like all dudes, my grandmama mean everything to me, But yeah, nah, fucking getting booked up, getting locked up for a few months, that wasn't the most important. Was that my grandmama was very emotional about it, and that was what hurt me more than anything, was that she just, not that she was, how you say mad at me, it was that she was hurt, I seen it in her eyes, that was pretty painful, Shit, today, I went out to go eat, to get some food from Whole Foods. I seen there wasn't no sandwich meat left, fucking. Also, shit, they charged me the other day on my EBT and said that it didn't work. So I was like, okay, cool. Y'all tried to charge me. It didn't work. Y'all, I'm going to pay cash. I ended up paying cash. The EBT went through. It just didn't. You know how you say sometimes it doesn't register the way you would want it to? So it just didn't completely register. It's not nobody's fault. Hey, mistakes happen. We're all human. But yeah, nah. So, my EBT is empty right now. My EBT don't got $1 in it. So hey, if y'all got some donations, shit, donate. Because your boy not hungry, but shit, I definitely would like a little extra bread, But yeah, nah, man, that shit definitely hurt me. Seeing my grandma hurt though. I literally would rather lose a fucking $500 or $800 than to see my grandmama feel funny about anything. Not hurt, but feel funny about anything in life. I'd rather lose all my money, almost, because that's my favorite lady, But yeah, nah, man, I'm cool though. I'm cool right now. But I was just venting to y'all, I don't rarely ever get emotional, but that was a time in my life that I felt real pain though. That was, that's a moment that we've shared together now. So, feel closer to me in that, So you know that if you really were wondering, hey, am I supporting him? Am I helping him by watching these videos? If I don't even got money, hey, guess what? You could like, share, comment, and subscribe to my videos to give me that support, you know. So you know that all of this money, you know, it's helping me to further myself, to further my my popularity on the platform. So that way, one day, you know, after I've more than likely, you know, accumulated a certain amount of basketball videos, to be able to, you know, go back to college, get some credits, and, you know, submit a highlights video, you know, a mixtape to one of these colleges, so I could possibly attend and play ball to, you know, change and better my life for the better, you know. So I could go back to South Carolina, go back to my grandpappy's bar and renovate it, you know, get some new hubcaps from a C7 and, you know, live good, you know. So that's it, though. That was part 3. Shit. I'll catch y'all later, because I'm about to go use the bathroom, because that shit really turned my stomach just talking about that tough ass time. So I'll catch you later. Maybe might have some video games later on the day. I still got to go to work. I want to try to go to work, although I'm not feeling good on it. I want to try my best to try to make some bread, you know. So I'll hopefully maybe see y'all later, maybe not. Most important, if y'all want to support me, just like the video, click that like button down below, comment, subscribe, and it would mean a lot. And y'all have a blessed day now.